When it comes to same-day grocery delivery, Shipt knows your expectations are high. You didn't just order cookies. You ordered the coconut macaroons that power your afternoon meetings. And you definitely didn't just order baby carrots. You ordered the one veggie your kindergartner eats. With Shipt, you don't just order groceries. You order attentive service from detail-oriented personal shoppers. Try Shipt today with a 14-day free trial. Download the Shipt app or visit shipt.com. That's SHIPT.com. Terms apply.
If data management is slowing down your business, you need the Intuit ERP. If one entity is here, and one here, and one here, and one here, you need the Intuit ERP. If scaling your business feels like starting over, you need the Intuit ERP. Intuit Enterprise Suite is the AI-native ERP solution that consolidates, migrates, and automates, all in one place. Learn more at intuit.com/ERP.
Alrighty, guys, welcome on in. Welcome, guys. Welcome. I'm your host, Savage here. Welcome to the show. Oh, God, we got a late start here, guys. Sorry, I'm pivoting here. There we go. Welcome to Savage Unfiltered, guys. Thanks very much for joining us on TikTok here, including Twitch, X, Rumble, and Facebook. So appreciate the support wherever you're viewing us at. And this is going to be a good one, guys. Where to start? I mean, the political world, guys, is upside down. It really is. I mean, I don't know where to start. From the liberals having a meltdown with Trump, saying about Obama, and then the Epstein list, and then fucking God, where to go? It's hard to keep up, guys. It really is. But we got a really good show for you guys. I do want to say thank you to many, many, many great sponsors that make this possible. I want to say thank you to literally MeUndies. That's right, guys. What is MeUndies? MeUndies is a company for both men and women for comfort. All right. They're not your typical Hanes. They're not your typical Fruit of the Loom. They don't believe in giving you the jock itch, the irritation lines. It says it in their label, guys. Matter of fact, I'm wearing MeUndies right now, and I can tell you right now, I do not have the irritation lines, the red lines that go around my waist. I don't have that. And I've been wearing them now for probably what time is it? It's like almost 2 o'clock here on the East Coast. Been wearing it since like 6 o'clock this morning when I got up and started my day. And now, 7 hours later, I don't have the irritation lines. It's great, guys. Scan the QR code, and at MeUndies, you're going to find out that they're about one thing: making the best basics of underwear in town for you, your family, your friends, your colleagues, all that, guys. Join them today and tell them Savage Unfiltered sent you. So, guys, we got a good one. Stick around, guys. We'll be right back. Oh, boy.
Welcome back to a podcast not like the rest, where we deliver nothing but savaged and uncut content.
Where did I go?
From a Loft-style studio in Tampa, brings a show so raw and uncut we mean.
No filter on Savaged Unfiltered. Savaged.
Hey, guys. Welcome, guys. So, Tibbs, the wrong one. The wrong one, buddy. There you go. Joseph's not here. Get the right fucking title there. Good grief, man. Anyway, guys, we got a guest here joining us here from X, believe it or not, a huge media personality, influencer, all that good stuff, guys. I want to bring him in because I don't want to leave him hanging. This is James. Welcome in, James. How you doing, pal?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Yeah. So tell us, James. You call yourself the financial guru, right?
Yep.
Why is that?
Well, it's pretty simple to say I've been dealing in money for 30 years. I'm an old dude. And I've done everything from the mortgage world, insurance, financial advising, across the board, mortgage or cars and all of it. When you work as long as I have in the financial industry, you end up touching a lot of the different parts. So it deals with a buck. I can
Okay.
tell you where you should probably put it, how to save it, best way to earn on it. And I've done that like for so long, decades, man. I'm 3 times a master of my craft because I tell you, if you
Oh
work
my God.
10 years, it makes you a master of your craft. Well, I can say I've worked 30 of them. So been doing it a long time.
Yeah, you've been in the game for a long time, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of shit along the way, right?
Yeah, man, you don't even know. You know, one of the reasons I changed it, I used to work for the man, right, back in '08, and
Okay.
executive vice president at Comerica Bank, built like a $250 million book of business. And I mean, whatever. Then 2008 happens. Goldman Sachs, Merrill Lynch break the very rules of the industry under FINRA. Everybody should have went to prison. Nobody did. They got bonus checks, asked the government to be bailed out. And I was like, dude, I'm done with the game, their way, I'm done. And then from '08 on, I was independent. So I've been feral ever since in the wilderness.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, so my next question for you, James, is like, have you always been an interest of financial marketing and all that aspect? Did it start at a young age, or like,
Great background question.
yeah, because we need to know, James, like, where did it start? I mean, you just didn't wake up one
Sure.
day and say, you know what, I'm going to get in the financial market, the financial industry, and I'm just going to see if it works out.
By the way,
People
like
just
my
don't have that
hat,
idea, you know?
dig this hat. Anyway, um, so I would tell you it started my childhood. My mom was a drug dealer and my dad was bipolar and
Oh
schizophrenic.
my God.
One time I was 600 pounds. But during that time, all those people, I'd see all their financial, this is rated PG language, screw ups.
Oh, you're fine. You're
All
fine.
right. Well, I'd rather call it what it is.
James, but
Yeah.
before you go into that, I
Yeah.
put the headphones on for a reason, because I am cross streaming on TikTok. So like, they won't hear any of it. So
Okay.
I want you to express yourself because
Right on.
obviously, this is going to go on Spotify later on. So I mean, you're good,
Right
buddy.
on.
Don't worry about it.
All right. Fair enough. Yeah. It was, it's fucked up. The world today, the ignorance of finances for people at large, let alone you get how I grew up and was raised. Well, and I'd always had, when I was young, my mother told me once, because if you want something, you have to figure out a way to earn it and get it.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, all right, that's fair. I wanted a computer. So
Sure.
my friend's dad had a car out for delivering papers. And I asked him one day, like, how much money do you make doing this with your route? And he goes, oh, it was back in the 80s, about $400 a week. I'm like, oh, if we did it for a month, we didn't have to buy a computer. Atari 800 XL. It was $870. Color screen TV, the color 13-inch color TV was like 300 something. But anyways, I got a bunch of guys together. I said, 1 month, guys. We just got to do 1 month together. And we get through the 1 month, we can all have this computer to use. Now, mind you, where I grew up, there was computers in schools, and that was it. Nobody owned them. So that was my first taste of like an entrepreneurial, we'll get it done, can do spirit. And after that, I went on to sell fireworks in the school and then many other little enterprises in my childhood to fund my way along. So yeah, so that's where it kind of started.
All right.
And,
So you said
yeah,
in school you started to sell fireworks. Now, are you
yeah,
using that in quotations because they say that on TikTok? Was it actual fireworks or was it
yeah.
other than fireworks? Okay.
Oh no. It was quite literally Blue Angel Company out of Ohio. And I had a catalog book and I black markered out all the original prices. And I just
Yeah.
told the kids to tell me what they wanted. And I'd look it up on the original. And then I'd mark up 10%. I said, meet me at my locker at 3:00. and I sold fireworks out of my locker, and UPS would deliver them to my house.
Damn, no kidding. Wow. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you made a pretty good fortune there,
Yeah, I
selling
did pretty good as a
fireworks.
kid through junior high, and then I went on to do a lot of other stuff through college. I started to help redo their fundraising program, and just I mean, and they just kept on going, to where I eventually was always wanted to learn about finances. So my degree's in economics, and I also have one in finance from Northwood University, which is a private business college. And the time I was there, it was ranked right with Babson and some Boston College and Chicago University of Economics, some of the top schools to attend.
Oh, wow. Yeah, tell us a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I was there in the 90s, early 90s. It was before globalization came. Oddly enough, I put on a seminar there because I'm dumb. I didn't really realize what NAFTA was going to do, right? Ross Perot was right, but at the time, I'm a 20-year-old kid. So I organized this debate. I had the UAW workers on one side, the local people in the town on one side, and the NAFTA supporters on the other. And it got televised. It was in the Midland newspaper or something. I mean, I don't know. It was a big deal on campus. And it was great. And then the other thing I did was school newspaper. It's expensive back then. It was $12,000 a year when I was going to Northwood back then. That's you're talking 1990.
Oh, you said it's $12,000. Yeah, $12,000.
Yeah,
I mean, it's still.
1990.
I mean, even to this day, 12,000 is still a lot of money.
Yep. Today it's like $65,000 a year or something like that.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Even
it's
in the
crazy money today.
100,000s in some universities.
Yeah, it's like crazy money today. But so I got there and they're serving me slop worse than I grew up in Hazel Park. The stuff they're serving me is worse than that food. I'm like, come on, pay this money. So I got a job behind the counter, work with the old ladies, and I was seeing what they were doing. So I ended up being part of the newspaper that we founded on campus, The Entrepreneur. And I was like, I'm going to write an article. So I write the article and I just put disgruntled student and I put it in there and it was published. I get a letter from the dean of the schools. I'm like, oh man, I stepped in the shit now. And the dean's like, did you write this article? And I'm like, yeah, I did. And he's like, oh, what would you do to change it? I'm like, I wouldn't do what you're doing. There's got to be something else, like food companies or something.
Sure.
Because you're Mr. Know-It-All. Why don't you figure it out and answer and talk to me in a week? So I did. I apologize.
Yeah, James, get rid of that. What is that? Star Wars?
Star Trek, man.
Star Trek? The next generation of. I thought it was like a thing that you were bringing in with.
I am so sorry.
No, I thought you were bringing in like a promo for Spaceballs 2 or something. Right? The search for more money. No, you're
but
good.
Anyway, so I got in some trouble with them, and I don't mess with the moment. Stupid new phones are crazy. Anyway, so I got in trouble, but I brought it. So can we just get hotels? And so because we had a hotel restaurant program there on campus, and the kids would work there, and they would actually shadow, if they want to go in hotel management and stuff. So I talked to the one lady who was in charge. She was, yeah, we could have them come out and bid on the food services here. So we had Marriott, Hilton, Gordon Food Services, and one other all do bids, and the senior class and then me got to give their opinions, all the different ones, and then staff and whatever. And they changed Northwood changed their food. It was pretty cool, and then revamped the whole cafeteria system and everything. So I'm known to go the opposite of the way I should go and just make my mark and make a trail.
Yeah, and it worked out for you. I mean, look where you're at now. I mean, so more or less, so we can understand, and some of my audience can understand, listeners, what bracket of financial backgrounds do you more or less like to
work in?
Yeah.
Over the years, I saw a consistency of problems with people that owned businesses. And so I always like to tell people when I'm in public, you've seen the show Shark Tank. I do that for your business. So we'll find and analyze the business's problems, if it needs to be restructured, financing. And then the first thing are the 4 Ps: people, process, product, profits. And if you aren't applying those 4 Ps to your business, most times the people in the wrong place or you just have the wrong people, then your processes are disjointed as the next. I mean, it's a simple walkthrough solution.
Sure.
So when I have a process I call the blueprint that I take my clients through now. So I moved primarily to helping business owners was my preference. But if grandma came to me referred, I wouldn't send her away, and I can do all the traditional financial planning and the budgeting stuff and the retirement planning and all. I can do that stuff asleep.
So, so if I have correct, right, your show is similar to, or your show, right, your business, right, your aspect of your business is similar to the show Shark Tank, right, where they decide whether to invest as entrepreneurs or to make presentations on their company of the product. Now they also show weakness and faults and everything else. Do you kind of mimic a little bit of the show's background a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I do all those things with the business. I won't necessarily invest in it per se myself, because a lot of times people assume they need money to fix the problem.
Sure.
9 times out of 10, it's the last thing they need. That's why I mentioned those 4 Ps, because that people, process, product, profit. Because if you fix the first 3, did I say adding money in there? No. So the very last thing, after you go through all of that, then let's go look if you need to add money to something. But most people get it running, or like I oversaw a merger once. That was kind of cool. A couple smaller companies to a bigger one. So I work in a lot of these different spaces in the business realm, but they're all micro businesses under 50 million. And I prefer really the sole proprietorship or small business with 4 to 10 people or something, because those are the most direct to get action, direct to make a change, things like that.
And have you seen change in a lot of these companies that you have helped over the course of years?
65 of them to date. And one of my best students, I brag about her, I call them students when they start. She had a PA practice, independent. We went through her blueprint. Her practice was doing 90,000 in revenue, and in 18 months, she had it up to 900,000.
Oh my! Wait, how much?
She 10 times her revenue in 18 months.
Oh my God! And that's just the simple principles of measures that you're applying to these people.
Oh yeah, correcting processes.
You know, James, I might call you soon. And
that's fine.
we might be in touch, buddy, with some of what you're presenting here on the show.
Yeah, I'd help anybody. Yeah. And I don't charge for the consultation or anything like that. It's about engagement after. And I'm not one of those type of consultants that want to linger forever and like, okay, come back every 3 months. And when you do, it's $7,000. I don't do that either. So
yeah,
I'm usually done in 6 months. Some of the most painful 6 months you're going to probably have.
That's all it takes is 6 months?
Usually, yeah. First 90 days is operational assessments, destruction, really. We've got to figure out which parts have got to come out and be replaced if they need to be replaced. And then the next 3 months is implementation and measurement. So the usual time of 6 months is over. We've known what your first adaptation. I tell people after that, run it for 12 months. See what you get. And they run. And the other rule I give everybody on there, if you own a business, I don't care how big it is, you put a hard wall between your money. Leave your money for home and your money for the business. And the business can't support itself, let it die, and go build another. They asked you. And look why it died. The biggest mistake people get is that they're married to this business. They put everything they got on the side trying to save it. And then they sink their personal savings, the house. They usually end up divorced, and the business still sinks.
So. Why is that?
Because of people, it's like cognitive dissonance maybe, or attachment or whatever, pride. You put all this energy into something, you've grown it, and now it's gone sideways on you, and you're like, come on.
The reason why I said that is I was thinking poor marketing. I found out that
the answer though.
That's not true at all, or
no, I said it's not the only answer. Marketing.
Oh, okay. Because when I hear businesses that fail, or concepts that fail, or products that are failing, I see the marketing pitches. I see, well, maybe there was lack of advertisement or lack of promotion. Whether because obviously we live in a digital age, right? Social media is everywhere now. It's part of our lives, and like you can't avoid social media. Like even if you're not on social media, it eventually will become a major part of your life. It's
going to haunt you.
It is.
You never knew. Yep.
It is. And what I find that is people are not sharing especially small businesses. People are just coming in, whether they're coffee shops or they're authors and they're trying to, get their book across, or their product, or even podcasters in my industry. You know how many people like I hear, like even podcasters come and go. They have this concept in their idea. They have the marketing in their idea. They have the graphic imagery in their ideas. They know where they want to go. But when it comes to that production, becomes part of the broadcast, more or less, they flop. They don't know where to take it, and then it fails.
The process, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So how can we, before you answer this, because we got to get a quick break, and then we'll come back with you on this, because I want to get into you have what's called a 401k agenda here, and I want to get into that because I was checking out your website there on X, and yeah, guys, everything's on X. The majority of everything. I find it very fascinating, X, than any other platform. But how can we get above that with the failing of industries, whether they're small or large? Is it because of some of the marketing obstacles I just mentioned about promotion and advertisements, or is there something larger than that on that scale?
Well, at the end of the day, it's ego, right? Ego of the owner, ego of maybe the people in charge, of the owners entrusted. You don't get down to the human end of it. Because if you're open-minded, then you're going to learn and do whatever it takes, right? Adapt and be pliable.
Sure.
Right. And because you have to be pliable, the only thing that you should be married to is your overall concept. And that's one of the first things you go through when you do the blueprint is you need to have a very concrete understanding and be able to clearly express your business and what its mission is that you want to do. I mean, I have the book is, I think, 32 pages. I know I've added a couple more.
Yeah.
And that was at least 4 or 5 that strictly address the concepts and why you're doing this business and because there's going to be days it sucks. You've got to get up and still do it.
Well, it's the grit, man. You have to adapt to that grit. And I tell people, and that's the problem. We're going to get into this later in the show before we lose time, James. But it's I tell young people, even on X Spaces and TikTok lives and stuff, if you can't establish your own personal grit, no matter what industry you're in, you are going to fail yourself and be very unsuccessful, and you're going to have a difficult time trying to maneuver your path of whatever you're trying to establish in the first place, more or less.
100%.
I don't know if you could agree to that, but that's my vision of what I see.
100%.
Yeah. So guys, you're hearing the voice and the video imagery of James, known as the Financial Guru. Depending on the platform that you're viewing us on. Guys, I got to get a quick break, but we'll be right back after these short words. Don't go anywhere, guys.
Savage. Unfiltered.
Addington is a story about a small town in New Mexico.
It's the summer of 2020. COVID is in full effect. But, Ari's version, reading the script, I was like, you son of a bitch. The guy that put me through Hereditary and Midsommar, I was in heaven.
It was one of those experiences I knew I wanted to be a part of it immediately.
I think he's the greatest director of our generation.
Love his writing so much, and Ari has a deep talent for turning things on their head.
He's the funniest guy I know, makes adjustments spontaneously on set. So I just was like, well, I just want to keep working with him. And then Pedro showed up, and there was like this whole new energy.
They're your streets, Sheriff. They're your streets to keep safe, and where is your mask?
Joaquin is the sheriff. I'm the current mayor, and I'm running for re-election.
We're watching these two men compete, exacerbated by lockdown.
6 feet.
I wanted to make a really good film about the Southwest. I'm from New Mexico. My family still lives there. The Western is a very interesting genre to me. It's very much about the heroic myth of America, but it's also contending with the ugly truth of America. Every character is living in a different reality, and they all distrust each other completely.
The powder keg just explodes into something that's so surprising. People are going to be looking here now.
It's one of those that you don't want to escape. You want to allow it to grip you and take you on the roller coaster.
It really will.
You felt dangerous to me in all the right ways.
people will want to go into the theater and see in its full glory.
It's one of the most fun things I've shot.
Cut! Hi. You might think I'm real, but I'm not. The team at Waymark created me.
And you can too. No studio, just your vision and a few clicks.
A platform that makes ads as bold as this shot.
Because we know each customer is different. Some may want to shout their message out loud.
And some prefer a quieter approach.
We know that you have a story, but now you've got a crew.
LeBron, are the retirement rumors true? What's next?
Bust the move. Glass, plate, bucket, bank. Just bust the move. There you go, King.
I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Oh Lord.
More time. Run!
LeBron, what's next?
Whatever it is, it's gonna be a big deal.
Hey guys, Savage here. Welcome back to the show, guys. This episode is being brought to you by Blackout Coffee, guys. That's right. At Blackout Coffee, they believe in one purpose: serving the most delicious amount of quality coffee to you, America's Warriors. By using this promo code SAVAGE, guys, we're going to give you 15% off of everything on their website, including their Keurig cups, their regular coffee grind, their merchandise. Everything on that website, guys, 15% off right now with code SAVAGE. Check them out today, guys. Hurry up because the codes do expire from time to time, and every now and then we gotta help you guys. Save money, especially in somewhat of difficult times we live in. So check them out today, guys. Scan this QR code and tell them Savage from the Savage Unfiltered Show sent you. So, James, I want to talk into you mentioned the book, right? Your book here that you have. When did that book come out? Because I'm looking on the website and I'm not seeing a release date.
Oh, well, you're referring to the blueprint?
The blueprint, right?
Yeah. Are you referring to the book on Your Retirement Guru?
Well, the one that you wrote, correct? Do I have that?
Yeah, it's a workbook, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It's not published.
Oh,
I just send it to you. I print them off of Canva.
Okay. I'm sorry,
page.
James. I'm thinking like it's a book and it's an actual like
stores or something.
Yeah. So more or less, it's like a newsletter, more or less.
It's a client workbook that we go through together. So when I take you on as a client, you'll get the blueprint. I don't have any left printed. I get a new run done, but at any rate. And then you go through and it's got all the question sets and stuff. And I want to do, like I said, I want to go and do a redesign on some of it and freshen it up. But because I get in the investment category, I don't have room for crypto or, some of the stuff to modernize it.
Yeah, I totally apologize too, James, because I'm looking at your website here. Guys, you check it out. It's yourretirementguru.com.
Yep. And there's idicfinancial.com too.
Oh, there's another one too, you said?
Yep. idicfinancial.com.
Okay. All right.
And
Yeah, I'm going on.
Yeah,
I'm going off your main one there. Obviously, if you look you up there, it's. But I wasn't aware of that. But thank you very much for plugging that.
No worries.
And I'm on there, and the way, like I said, I have to apologize because the way it's set up, I thought it was an actual book because it says
that book will come to you. That book's done by a third-party marketing company.
Oh, okay.
Right. So you fill out the little thing, and they send you the book.
Okay, so there is a book. I'm like, that's got to be a book, man. What the hell?
They send you that book. I don't do it. I thought you one that I made. I didn't make that one. They did.
Oh, okay.
It's my, so when you're independent, you get these, they're called independent marketing organizations for you. They do all your back end stuff. Because in the insurance compliance or stuff you have to do, and instead of me hiring another person, I can just prorate it basically. So that's what I do, and I pay them about, I don't know, probably about 60 grand a year or something like that.
I was going to say, James, don't hold back now, bud. I mean, you got something connected to you. I mean, I know there was a fucking book, for God's sake. But
Yeah,
no,
that's things, Joe. If you look me up on Amazon too, I did a workbook on there for homeschoolers.
Oh, okay. You got to, man, you're busy. You're busier than I am.
I don't know about that.
Wow.
I am about to have a beer when I get done with you. I can't be that busy.
At least you have you're holding yourself for a beer. He's like, Savage, we almost done, so I can grab a beer.
That's right, man. I got a red stripe, my name on it in the fridge.
Damn, that's some old school beer right there, buddy.
Yeah, I got that. I got some Fosters too. I'm like, let's just go down the lane.
Fosters, Australian for beer.
That's right. It's Fosters.
You do it right. So I want to, since we're on this this topic here, I want to kind of land into this 401k here. You got something here I'm looking at that says avoid costly 401k mistakes.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that, James? What kind of mistakes can we possibly make?
One I'll call chasing the squirrel. So like you want like these super high risk rates and you take them on, you're like, it's okay, I got 10 years. And the market takes a slam on you. And now that account, you put 30%, it's pretty much down to tenths. So like a lot of times your 401k advisor person that gets paid fees off your account, well, either through your company or you or whatever. They might check in with you annually once a year because that's the rule for being an RIA, registered investment advisor, things like that. So fiduciary, there, it's what I want. Huh. And so the fiduciary requirements is an annual check-in, fine, with a lot happens in a year. Go back to people in 2008, it took them to 2019 to get back to break even. They lost 11 years because they played around. So that's one of the easiest costly mistakes to avoid. Another one is not use in today's interest rates, especially not using it as your own personal piggy bank, taking loans and repaying yourself. But that requires a disciplined person. I will say that. But if you do that, you capture the interest rate. The bank doesn't get it because you're repaying the rate back to yourself. So
and these sound like just basic standard principles of basics.
They pretty much are on that end. But and the risk of, that's what I mean. A lot of the standard stuff today, the internet's covered a lot of the basic stuff. You can get really creative, but that's not stuff I'd get into on here as in John Q. Public with here and go, hey, James said I should do this. And they're not financially able to do some, I don't know, special move, right? And there is things you can do, but it just depends on individual financial situations. And I can't, that's the thing about it. You got to sit down with a person.
So each person differentiates, obviously, case by case, right? Everyone's different. They have different types of
goals,
journeys, goals, all that stuff. Yeah, I get it. So like, where do you start, obviously, with an everyday client? I'm obviously, James, you look at each client as the same when you first kind of come in, right?
Yeah, they come in. I've had clients bring in a garbage bag of money down to grandma, comes in, she's like, I got $5,000 and I'm gonna have to work at Walmart. And I'm like, yeah, okay, hold on. You walk through everything, you can find out grandma's got more going on than she thought. She's not going to Walmart and being a greeter. Calm her down. And the guy with the money's got a lot more going on. Like I had a client, cash business, 70% of his money is cash. And I said, he's like, James, what can I do with these taxes? I go, well, here's a solution for if you want. And this goes for anybody. Still works today. Huh. A lot of people, when they sell raw land, they'll accept the cash and not care where and how you got it. You get a trust and you buy a piece of property with the trust. You put the raw property in the trust, but you pay for it with cash. It gets recorded on the local register. It does not get recorded anywhere else. You've now technically started to wash your cash from the tax man. Now what was going to be income tax is now returned to capital gains tax. and only need to pay taxes on it when you go to sell it, so the trust can hold it to you're old in the face, and it's holding raw land. And who knows, you might sell it for appreciation at some point later. We did that for one client, that process and strategy, and he basically scrolled about 2.5 million in land all over. Little tiny trust, 5,000 here, $10,000 worth of land there, all throughout the great mighty state of Michigan. And so it works. It's legit. There's many strategies like that. I've worked on the Ford family's trust account. There's a lot of tricks that they use I can teach an average person, but it just takes discipline and process, and people have to be ready for it. A lot of people aren't.
I got to ask you, James, where did you learn all these tactics from? Are they obviously they're personal tactics of yours and business practices that you carry through your business? But I mean, did you learn this through schooling, or is this a family trait, or like?
Yeah, the family trait. Mom, drug deal, how to turn a dime into a bag. No.
Okay, James. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't count. I mean, seriously, she did. She went to prison for 47-year sentence.
This is how you take this, folks, and you apply it towards drugs.
That's right. $15 million in retail value or in wholesale value of coke. DEA ATF raided her house, and that was when I was in my 30s. But anyway, so yeah. So
I didn't mean go that far back. I'm just talking about
no worries.
Maybe like a distant uncle of yours or something, James.
No, nobody like that. Thousands of people that I've worked with over my career, man. I've worked with thousands of people, business owners, savers, and inheritors. And here's the other fantasy popper, people. Inheriting money is not what you see. 90% of the millionaires in this country today are new, first generation. You're in the greatest country in the world to make millionaires. Do you know there are 10,000 millionaires made in the state every month, or United States every month? 10,000.
How is that? Is that just by dumb luck, or is that through actual
businesses, podcasts like you do, whatever it is? They'll catch a momentum and what they're doing, off to the race. Now, do they keep it or not? No, I didn't say all those things. But I said new millionaires every month. Yeah, there's like 10,000. So you're in the greatest country in the world for that. But when the second generation comes, they didn't know how to make it. So they're like, well, I'll manage and respect what Dad did. Dad did all this work. I respect it. I'm going to manage the money. And then Junior comes, the super trust fund shithead of the family, blows it all by third generation. 90% of all family wealth is gone by the third generation, unless they set up strategies like the perpetually wealthy family names you hear, like the Fords and so forth. And what they do, for example, the Ford family, because like I said, I worked on their trust. Every Ford that's born gets a life insurance policy put on them for their whole life. They also, though, get a distribution from the family's trust once a year. So let's say I'm Ford and I got a family behind me. I've got 4 or 5 kids as a Ford. I'll get, let's say I'm at, senior level of my household. I'll get, I want to say it's like 25 million in a disbursement, no matter what, first of the year. And that goes all the way around for all of us. And then they figure out if there's more at the end of the year to disperse again. And that's every year, no matter what. And that comes from a family's foundational trust. And anyone can build them. Asian communities are really good at doing it because perpetual family wealth is important. Most Caucasian people don't do that. It's an old trait that's been lost. We used to focus on that, but we don't now. We're kind of like week to week, year to year, and that kind of stuff.
Sure.
So, and it's reflected, but that's that. You want to do that, and by 4 generations, because if you put it in the trustee, they can't just blow it. Generation 3 can't come along and just grab everything because the trustees go, no bueno, you got your disbursement, figure something out. Yeah, but no, I really need it. Well, that's cool. No. Next. They don't disperse it. You get what you get when the trust gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So the Ford Family Foundation Trust today, well, no, let me correct myself. Back in 2007 was $26 billion in 2007. So I can imagine what it's grown to today. That's just one of the tactics too that's used.
Yeah, I gotta say this because some of the other side of the aisle, right, getting political here for a moment. They'll basically bring in, well, it's who you know and how you know them. That could be true on how you could adapt success, right? That was the old method, right? Like, well, if I really want to be a movie star or a rock star, it's like who I know and how to approach them.
Yeah, mentorship's a big deal, right? Like,
Yeah.
mentoring from someone more successful than you, that kind of stuff. And that does apply, again, back to being open-minded. That requires that, right? And a lot of that stuff that you could get parlayed from that, you can find online now. A lot of it. Master classes, they call them, different names. And that'll get you that stuff. And then after that, it's contact sport, man. Because you have to learn it in a way that you accept it, adopt it, and internalize. And if you don't learn it that way, whatever it is, it doesn't matter how someone else presents it to you because they learned it to the way it clicked for them.
Absolutely.
So you got to figure out what your soup is and then get a bowl of the soup, with that flavor that you need so you can do what you want, right?
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I wholeheartedly agree with that, and I mean, the future is up to you. And I like how you put that on the bottom there, on the top of your page there. Future you is counting on it.
That's right.
Because, life does happen, James. And I mean, you could be hot one minute. You can have all this money in the world. You could be rolling on the stock market. You can be, hitting some good bets at the casino. Everything is golden for you right now.
All aces.
And then all of a sudden tomorrow,
life kicks you in the ding-ding.
That shit is all gone, James.
Yep.
You lost all of it.
I had a guy come in, quiet, this back in the 90s. I was first starting the business back when I could take cash for stock purchases and stuff before 9/11. And he come in with $40,000 cash.
Holy
shit.
Said,
James, I want to buy AOL with this. And at that time, AOL had already capped. And I said, you really shouldn't do it, man. I'm the client. I can buy this anywhere else or buy it with you. Fine, sign this, saying it's not recommended. I didn't recommend it. I'll take your cash. $40,000 became $12,000 in 6 months. Not to mention the $150,000 that he refused to sell. So $190,000 became $24,000 or something. And he's holding like, you need to sell this. No, it's going to come back. Never came back.
Never?
No, AOL. Where's AOL? Never came back.
Wow.
AOL was toast, no butter. Never returned.
I'm glad you mentioned that because, you literally took a leap into the future. Look, AOL is really it's not that it's a talking point, but it's really nothing if you think about it. I don't think anybody uses AOL. Like, do you still have an AOL email address? I don't.
No. I did get a new client the other day, though, and she's like, don't laugh. Okay. Sarah loves flowers at AOL. I'm like, wait, did you just say AOL? I said, don't laugh.
It's like a late 90s thing, man. It was like before, like,
or a Yahoo. Some of the
Gmail.
Yahoo or an Excite email. I was like, come on.
Even Gmail is like becoming like yesterday type of shit,
Yeah, it's being faded out. Because as these social aggregators are learning to do more and more, and they're just bringing the people to the spot, right?
Well, also too, like in people trying to establish businesses, like I get like people like they go to places like AOL and Gmail and maybe even MSN. Is that a thing still? I think maybe, but they do it because it's free, right? I'll just email me at Gmail, right? Even businesses had at Gmail, right? When it first came out, it was easy, it was free, it was convenient, right? But now people are going to professional email addresses. Like we have a professional email address here. It's like at savageunfiltered.com. And it looks more reputable. It looks more legit and professional scale and everything else. And it's becoming more affordable than anything. I can tell you right now, I'll say this on the air. I'm comfortable saying it. We have 4 email domains with the Savage Unfiltered domain. And a month, we only pay it's like $20 a month. That's dirt cheap.
If you got a guy in the background, I'll connect you. The guy that's doing mine, he also does, some of the other stuff, whatever. And he's like, less than that. I go, well, dude, I can at least give you $20 a month. How you can get a coffee? He goes, don't worry, James. You don't understand how cheap it is to aggregate it now. I'm like,
it's dirt cheap, man. Like, and the domain that we use, we go through a professional email service through Titan. And Titan, it's literally it's $3.50 a month. They give you, and with $3.50, guys, I'll plug them. By all means, let's plug Dice Tips. Right. Literally, with that monthly subscription to this company, not only are they giving you your own personal email, right? But they're giving you templates to basically insert on the bottom of each email that you send out or receive. It'll have your name, a little picture. You can put a phone number, website, address, all that stuff, man. You can't do that with Gmail or AOL.
I mean, you can, but they'll charge you premium price for not.
Oh my God, dude! Like hundreds of dollars, probably, right?
Yeah, that's premium pricing. The other thing, before I go back a little bit on the financial stuff, another heads up, people. Silver, not the paper version, the real silver, has been grossly suppressed for the last 1980s. So you can say almost 50 years. If silver matched what it's supposed to be, it would be $300 to $600 an ounce right now. So I tell you all now, when I started buying it, it was 15. It's up to 40. It will break when these financial reforms keep moving through, which they're happening through the rest of this year. And when that thing breaks, it's going to be overnight. It's going to pounce to like $300 to $600 an ounce. So I would recommend getting yourself some U.S. minted silver coins, whatever you can afford. Don't go out to dinner, for the month. Takes you at least 3 or 4.
What? I can't go to Applebee's?
Yeah, no, well, Applebee's got that 3 for 25 or something going on. I don't know what they're serving you, 3 or something for $25, but whatever it is, just 1 or 2 in the jar a month, stack them.
Yeah, you heard that.
You'll have something because
James is telling you can go out, you can choose Applebee's, just don't choose like the Capitol Grill or something.
That's right. Stay away from Ruth Chris.
Yeah.
Ruth Chris ain't gonna give any love. It's gonna take all your money. You can spend money at Ruth Chris. 3 dinners at Ruth Chris will buy you a killer grill for your backyard.
And why is this, James? For my listeners out there, you mentioned gold.
Gold and silver?
I'm hearing this, but they might not be aware of
so I'll go back to a financial lesson. Our Chicago Board of Exchange was created to moderate and control all commodities. Silver, corn, oil, wheat, all that stuff. It was actually made in the 70s. So in the 80s, the Hunt brothers they realized the manipulation was going on, so they tried to buy up all of actual physical silver and create a market squeeze because the prices were being suppressed by futures contracts. James, what's a futures contract? Glad you asked. Futures contracts where a bunch of guys get together and say, did you see that weather? Actually, matter, if you ever saw the old 80s movie Trading Spaces, that exactly illustrates what future contracts do.
They do, right? In that.
And so it lets you go. They predict, basically gamble, put their finger in the air thinking something's going to move to up or down from where it is today. Pick a thing, oil, oranges, and trading places, or silver. Well, J.P. Morgan Chase and Bank of America have been suppressing silver prices since the 70s. Well, what's it mean? Well, if they would have kept pace with inflation, silver alone, like I said, would be over $300 today. Not. It's $39 because of these silver contracts. So what they'll do is they'll put a silver contract on that says silver in 6 months is never going to be any more than $25 an ounce. They now theoretically put a stopgap. Who wants to pay more if the futures guys got all this big money riding on $25 silver? So the market sits suppressed. And then poof, Bob's your uncle. They keep it pinned down and do it all they want. And they keep swapping these contracts between the banks. And it makes it look like someone's really interested, but they're not. And that's how it works. And that's what they do with these silver contracts to hold down the price. But all that's changing. Basel III Accords changed how banks capitalize themselves. They can't play this game anymore. It's done. So
how's that going to change when they're going to try to, I guess manipulate it with crypto, or is that going to be a game changer for that, or
no? It's all blockchain now. So blockchain's triple entry, right? Private book, public book, institutions book. So there's 3 entries on the blockchain. So if they try any manipulative stuff, there's a finger going back to them. That's why they're flipping out. That's why a lot of your Bank of America's places have closed. They're in trouble. They won't tell you. And I forgot, it's one of the big ones that said they're not sure they're going to go forward.
Well, it's the decentralization of it too, James.
It's all of it.
I mean,
All of it at once.
God, you go over that right now, and it's the data right now is stored across multiple computers, just in the network alone.
Took 1,000 cuts to kill this beast, but it's slowly.
It's a dangerous, like you said, use the term beast. It is a beast. It's a dangerous little beast, more than a little beast. It's a
and Kennedy
huge
tried
beast.
to go forward, right, and be bold, and writes an executive order 11100.
Yeah.
That executive order said the U.S. Treasury will issue silver-backed $5 bills and 10 and whatever. He was dead within 30 days that was signed into law. You tell me. Because that went directly against the Federal Reserve. Well, James, the Federal Reserve is part of the government. No, it's not. It's a private bank. 12 private chairs, and then one chairman of the board. That's who, by the way, submitted his resignation letter today. And for those of you in the crypto space, Ripple starts roaring with bank clearance approval starting in October. So XRP is about to become the transit system for all the crypto transactions that the remaining banks will be able to perform.
And if I have correct, what James is referring to, this would actually be right into the Genius Bill the Genius Bill Act that President Trump just basically put in.
But they removed the CBDC piece.
Yeah.
So there was a piece for trying to get where the banks could still stay controlled, and that piece got removed before it got signed.
Yeah, I seen that. But there's also something here I want to bring up because we're going to close it out, guys, in about 10 minutes here. I like to try to stay within an hour, but we'll try to get this in here before we lose time. I'd like to know, James, here, and maybe you can kind of expand on this for some of my listeners that we're kind of getting into this topic here. What's behind Donald Trump's latest crypto, and I'm going to use the term quotations, a venture, because that's what the left seems to kind of put into that.
What do you mean?
Well, what I mean by that is, the Genius Act, right, of him putting this into law. He goes into crypto, and then amongst crypto, he actually goes into the Genius Act, basically saying that it is going to show levity of the scale to bring up to the next possibly 20, 30 years from now.
I'm not sure, because honestly, the whole crypto space, I will tell you, I have about an infant's knowledge on it. I know functionalities of the blockchains and tokens, and I know there's a tokenization process.
Basically, if I may, basically what I'm getting into is basically they're toting this as possible credibility for the crypto industry, and a lot of U.S. presidents, family businesses will be exposed to this. Prior of presidents, obviously Biden, Barack, all this stuff is gonna play a big fact on it. Okay.
Well, you get back to it's just the further decentralization of the central bank. Like the very fact that XRP is gonna and XLM, and I forgot the other two.
Well, you remember 5 years ago, James, when during the first term of Trump's office, right? Towards the end of it. He did de-announce Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as a scam. He said this, and guys, I have to put that out there. I'm not a Trump cultist. I mean, I believe in the guy. I voted for him 3 times, but I have to say on the record, he did say that it was a scam. But now it seems like he's flipping a little bit on that whole.
So understand this: like the people that hate Trump, when he says something that's favorable, then the media machine grinds up, right? So he'll a lot of times say something complete 180 towards what he's going to do. I always tell people, I don't care what his words are. Analyze those separate from his actions. What did he do? Right? Just like he yelled about a bunch of reporters or whatever, and some lefty guy's like, well, he's just going to lock them all up. He didn't lock up anybody. He runs his mouth all the time.
That's just typical.
Do, man. It's look over here. And then over here, he's doing all this stuff.
Yeah, James, that's just media spin, buddy. They love to twist.
So I wouldn't take him. I think the whole time, crypto was always on the table. It's just a matter of making able to be secure enough to know that the tens of trillions of dollars that transact daily will have some completion of security for the people who transact it.
You
And
mentioned security.
I'm not
You
saying
think
it's
it?
just system.
Yeah, you mentioned security. Can it be sustainable if it goes to that level? You think it could be sustainable?
Yeah, because all right, I'll know the belief that the technology they let us use is not even remotely close to the technology they have that they use. So I'll give you a great example. If you look, actually, I want to go down that whole road. Just understand, I'm completely fine with.
Well, before you answer that, listen to this here, okay? Because the lead up to last year's election, President Trump did announce a lighter touch on crypto regulation. He did mention that. So where he takes this with this Genius Act, where it goes in the next 3.5, possibly 20 years from now, is on me. I don't know where it's going to go. It may self-sustain itself to benefit future generations forward, or it may take a huge whopper.
Right.
We don't know what's going to happen.
Right. And the thing is, I would say the whole crypto self, the tokens, I've always told my clients, like, I don't know on those. Bob can make one in his garage, get it hyped up on a Reddit stream. Next thing you know, if someone thinks that's going to be like super memed out, magic token, all that stuff. So I always warn people. And then Bitcoin, because of there's so much dirty, dark money in it, I tell people, pump the brakes.
James, you could say this, right? If you can, right? It's like stocks, you're taking a risk,
Well, that's but my point, right? But I don't have. That's why I think security is so important. Because let's go like a bank gets robbed, I have someone to hold accountable. My Bitcoin wallet gets swallowed by oops, we got hacked. You did. Well, my Bitcoin account was up to $350,000.
Yeah.
Conveniently hacked. Okay, I'm coming to hack somebody.
There's no security net.
Right.
There's no. At least with stocks. If there was a mistake misplaced by either you or maybe a personal assistant of yours, I mean they can backtrack logs and stuff with stocks, right? Because there's insurance. But
I had to eat the biggest trade correction in my career due to my assistant foobarring, and I had to come up with $35,000 out of my pocket.
Holy shit!
Yep.
Damn.
Well,
I'm not James. I'm not a.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of crypto. It's just I'm not, guys. I'm not. But I did see that in the aftermath of this last election, President Trump and his wife, they launched their own meme coins,
right?
Raising an estimate of $2.7 billion.
That's just like Trump coffee steaks and everything.
Yeah. But along with the launch of World Liberty Financial, which is a cryptocurrency firm run by his sons and other business associates, that there's some promising stuff in that aspect. I mean, I could see. Oh, hey, if he was able to launch that, even as a meme coin, right? I mean,
all right. So we're talking about Trumpykins and things he does, which are awesome. Then I'm gonna give you 2 more things to go look at, and they're in the financial space of stuff. Go read House Resolution 25. It expires when Trump's no longer in office. So it'll get voted into law before he's gone. In that bill, it abolishes your property tax, your IRS. It's read all of them in that bill. That's HR 25. And the other thing you need to check out is a sovereign fund. Many countries have sovereign funds, and their infrastructure looks so amazing to ours, you can't even fathom it. The United States has around $400 trillion of basically leasable assets, meaning we can make an income as a country off of it. Most sovereign funds are about 10 to 16. Saudi Arabia's got a really good one. They're the exemption. They're like at 25% or some shit. It's crazy. But the other ones are 10 to 16% per year. So for the country, I got $450 trillion. I got $45 trillion a year as a budget. Welcome to America, different world. And then no taxes from you, no generational taxes from your family, none of the other shenanigans. The country will literally pay for itself for all the needs for people of the country.
Yeah.
And most likely be able to give us an end of the year, ain't you glad you're an American check.
Well, real quick, James,
Yes,
as
sir.
we're losing time here, what does that state for U.S. Treasuries right now? U.S. Treasuries right now with sovereign holders like Germany, Saudi Arabia, and South Korea. The reason why I say those three, I want to pin Saudi Arabia on purpose here because Saudi Arabia is making a fortune right now in the entertainment business. If you guys are big fans of professional wrestling, their last three major events in Saudi Arabia in the Riyadh section has grossed billions of dollars from this industry. Billions.
I believe
So what
it.
does that say for that country in the Middle East?
Well, it's the Middle East as a whole. Like, where a lot of people are like Iran. I'm like, well, before we went and meddled with Iran, they're actually a republic. They had a constitution. They were actually very similar to the way we were before we went in and kicked them over and made the oil cartel. And so the same thing with Saudi Arabia. I think there's going to be a renaissance, for lack of a word, for the Middle East, and I think this is going to happen during Trump's term. If I remember, he had the sword dance done for him, which made him technically the king of the Muslims. And that wasn't his first term. And if you go and look at what that really means, it's not just a ceremony. It's kind of a big deal. So his role in that environment of bringing peace and so forth. Did you know in Dubai they have autonomous flying cars that you come and pick you up and take you all over in Dubai?
They're at least like 25 years ahead of us.
James,
if you think Waymo
right,
self-driving cars are big here in America that just got rolled out the last couple of years, that's nothing compared to what Dubai has. Dubai has like stuff that you couldn't even imagine. Like, holy shit, that's fucking amazing.
Well, and we have it here. It's just suppressed. That's the thing. It's here.
Well, it's tucked under the rug. The government doesn't want to release it yet.
Just like the guy, I'll do this really quick too for you. I don't want to keep you over. There's a guy in Africa you guys can look up too. He's an engineer, and he invented this car 10 years ago. So his electronics company is growing like crazy. And just look up engineer electric car takes no charging, like no battery electric car, and it'll come up. He's got cars, computers, TVs, cell phones now. You don't need to charge them. Don't need to plug them in. They just run. The one reporter, she's like, well, where do I charge the batteries? No charge battery. He's like, no, it just runs. She goes, okay, for a couple hours. He's like, no, forever. And so it was amazing to watch them as he's schooling them on his tech. He came to America to talk about it. Here, he got poisoned the 2 times he tried to come here. So they almost killed him twice.
Oh
my God. Going back to America. I'll stay in Africa. You want to see my stuff? Come over here, which was pretty funny. Bad, sad, but gives you an idea what he was up against when he came here.
Oh my God. Now I understand as we close it out with you, James, I understand why they call you the financial guru. I mean, you know everything about finances. I mean, we go into crypto. I could have another show with you for like 7-8 hours talking about this shit. I'm sure you'd be like, people would be blown away, you know?
Yeah, like I said, I've studied. We should get into talking about your legal rights they've never informed you about. And the stuff you could do to yourself and change your status and eliminate paying taxes today under CFR 26201.203. There's lots of stuff you could do.
Oh, don't say that. You'll piss off the liberal. They won't like that.
Well, why would they be mad? They don't want to pay them either. Then they can give all their money to their favorite charity direct.
That's not possible, James. What are you talking about?
No, I know.
You know how they act. You know how they act. Guys, first, James, I want to thank you for coming on, buddy. Really
appreciate you having me, man. It's a good time.
Yeah, damn good time talking to you about finances and crypto and all that stuff. Guys, if you want to be a part of this conversation with James, other than this show here, you can check him out. He's affiliated with a lot of big names on X, including Marlon at We Are the People, X Spaces. You can check him out there at Marlon Space, which is affiliated with AmericanXLive.com. You're all over the place, James. I mean, the radar is wide open with you. Anybody that wants to check you out besides those plugs I just mentioned, where can they find you, James?
Well, you've got an email, james@idicfinancial.com. And honestly, you can call me, 517-375-9829.
Okay.
And
James, you just gave a number out. This is a business phone, right? I'm sure, right? Okay.
It's on the internet.
I know, I'm not doxing you. You did it yourself.
I ain't worried about it. I dox myself being on here. Like, whatever. Right?
Yeah.
I live in Atlanta, and I got lots of reasons. If you can cause a problem, you'll find out why you should know. It's all good.
Yeah. I was trying to get you in studio to James, a little side note saying, you're a fucking hour away from me. What the hell?
It was over an hour. I was like, oh, shit.
Was it really? I didn't realize.
Yeah, well, because you got to go through it up to Atlanta, and it's wild card. So I'm 54 miles from like the south end of the city.
Yeah.
And then I got to go up and in, and you never know how that goes. The Atlanta traffic's rolling dice.
You tell me it's an hour, over an hour. It could be like fucking 2 hours with traffic.
Right.
We're waiting. We're looking at our times. Is James here? No.
They're like, shit, I can't do it in person, dude. Can you Zemo or Zoom or something?
I don't use that fucking bullshit. We're a professional podcasting network. We don't use Zoom.
No, I'm just saying whatever.
That's for wankers, man. Remember that movie? What was it? Kingpin. When he's like, "Are you kidding me? 10 frames? That's for you. That's for wankers."
Isn't that Woody Harrelson's in that movie? I think
Woody Harrelson, and David Quaid, the one that played what the fuck was it in Vacation movies?
Yep.
Yeah. But James, I'm gonna get you out here, man, because I know you got shit to do. But guys, check James out. Everything that you heard in the show, if you missed links, we'll put in the show notes, guys, on our Spotify, iHeart. Anywhere you hear a podcast, we're on 20 plus podcast platforms.
Way to rock, dude.
Awesome. Constantly growing. Yeah. And check us out this upcoming August, guys. Next month, we'll be in Tarentum. I was saying it for fucking ever wrong, James. I was calling it Tarentum. But I got from Jeff, the club owner. He's like, it's Tarentum, Pennsylvania 7. It's not Tarentum. So check us out there. And
I teared them up really good.
God, James going fucking Doc. So, guys, check us out up in Tarentum, Pennsylvania at poduty.com, August 7th and 8th. 2 shows, 8 p.m. We'll be in front of a live studio audience. And you can check us on the website there, live stream or in person. 2 nights, guys. You got able to check me out, my good friend Walt from his show, B-Raw Podcast. So hat tip to you, Walt. I know you're viewing us. Walt's always giving me shit. But anyway, guys.
Side note on your hat before you go. Hats.com, bro. It'll hook you up.
Hats? Wow, what's wrong with my hat?
Nothing. I'm just saying you're wearing a duckbill. I've got a bunch of, I'll show you here.
I know.
I have fedoras and up my Wahoo.
I know.
We
use that picture. Put that up there again, Tips. We used the picture here. This will actually be the episode poster nice. On Spotify. Yeah. So I like the what is that, like an Irish trench coat or something?
It's known as Newsboy. And and the pea coat. Yep. But I got married in a kilt. I'm like 70% by the blood Irish.
Really?
My wife was Scottish and Irish.
Get the hell out of here. Really?
No, we had bagpipers, minstrels, the whole shit show. It was awesome.
Oh my. Did you have the Irish what do they call that? The Irish rock?
Yeah, that was done. We also did the Irish ceremony of tying the knot. That's where it came from. And the maid of honor, the best man to really tie together your hands for the whole ceremony. You're tied together and bonded together.
Jeez.
Yep. It's Irish tradition, Even our pastor married us was from Ireland. Okay, so my wife she's been dead now. I can't believe almost a year. But,
okay.
But
I didn't mean to laugh, but the way you said it, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just kind of shocked as I'm telling it. But she's a professional event planner, and for her gift was her girls that worked in her department. They ran it. So for all you ladies that watch the show, and maybe some of you men, there's a movie called The Wedding Planner. Yeah. It was crazy. Her people are running around, they're pulling her kilts down. She's, gentlemen, you have to look presentable. The bride's coming. They're dusting us off and all this stuff. Okay, bride's walking in 4. I'm like, oh my God, this is a production. I'm waiting for lights to drop down. And, it was crazy. But we had people bawling, sobbing in the audience. My wife, like usual, left her mark. Exquisite, critical, beautiful thing that she created. Gave me a memory. It was amazing.
That's what it's about, memories. I
Mm.
mean, damn, James, I got to get off the air with you, brother. I can talk to you for another 7 hours, but
All right, man. Be well, be
yeah,
safe.
yeah. Thanks a lot, man. James, man. I mean, what a guy, man. It's going into his wedding with the Irish kilt and the oh my God, memories. I gotta have him back on. James, I know you're probably now viewing us on X or whatever. James, if you're listening, buddy, I gotta have you back on for this wedding. I need to know what the hell's going on with or how the wedding turned out. Because I hear Irish bagpipes, I hear the whole schnick, right? The kilt, right? I know they do the. Am I correct, guys, in the chat? If you want to chime in, it's okay. If not, it's okay. I gotta say this real quick, and then I gotta get off the air. I know they hoist up the men, right? And then they hey, right? If I have it correct. No disrespect, guys. I mean that in a good way. But I gotta have you back on, James. We're gonna talk. Hopefully, we'll talk about your wedding, man. I want to know what the hell happened. Probably a wild roller coaster. Oh God, I'm telling you.
This had been a Truth Productions media episode. Thank you for listening.
How old were you when you realized you were the son of a president?
I don't think anyone's ever asked me that before.
FX's Love Story. John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette.
I didn't think I could love someone like this until you.
From executive producer Ryan Murphy.
It's not a question of if I want to spend the rest of my life with you. It's if I'm cut out to be Mrs. JFK Jr.
FX's Love Story. John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. Watch now on FX, Hulu, and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers.